Now I'll hold my hands up and say that whenever I'm in the mood to do some racing on Le Mans Ultimate, my natural instinct is to gravitate immediately towards a GT3 car. But as of late, I've really been trying to explore everything that sim racing has to offer. So for this one, we've put the GT3 to one side and we've picked the keys up to this fantastic LMP2. Let's get ourselves buckled into the car and get ourselves out on the track.
Green flag, green flag.
Not too bad of a start. Just cover this off into turn one. We're going to take it nice and easy. Hopefully everyone behind does the same thing. Cold tyres and cold brakes, etc. We just want to try and survive this one with minimal damage. Well, we want to survive it with no damage, really, not minimal damage, but sometimes it's not always avoidable. But we've navigated the first couple of corners, which is ideal. We're in P8. It's not a very full split, this one, which I think is a bit of a shame, to be honest. But yeah, the whole split one thing. So more often than not, I get put into split one when I drive GT3s, and it's the same in LMP2s because there's no differentiation between the two classes as far as the split allocation goes. And I think that's kind of wrong, because just because I can drive in split one in GT3s sometimes, obviously it depends on the strength of field, I don't think it's fair that I should also be put in split one for LMPs when I drive them, which is obviously very infrequently, but it just doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense in my mind. I honestly think there needs to be different rating systems for each class of car. Because it just doesn't really make a whole lot of sense for it to put you in the same splits, or for it to treat you as the same skill level. I'm sure that's opening a can of worms, but something to think about. So it is going to be a tough race, this one, I think. But I mean, we're already inside the top 10 because there's only, from what I can tell, 11 LMP2s, which is a bit of a shame. So maybe we can try and target a top 5, but the pace of the guys at the front is just absolutely insane. I think I'd be doing very well to get anywhere near the top 5. But we'll give it a go, like we always do. We will give it a go. He's gone around the outside there. That is an amazing move. That was incredibly brave. Oh, we've gone in a bit deep there. That's not ideal. That's cost us time. And already we seem to be getting really detached from the group ahead. Need to make sure to shift down to second gear for turn one. Come on, let's find some more pace from somewhere. So I did actually try the Spa race, which went exactly as you would imagine it would go. Oh, we got in too deep there. Way too deep. Now is probably as good a time as any to admit that I really don't like Paul Ricard. It's just not a circuit that I enjoy. Oh, we've locked the inside wheels there. We really don't want to be doing that too frequently because it will just vibrate my entire house down. That's much better through there this time. Locking up again. We gained a lot of time back though, so that's positive. We're not falling too far behind P7. But P5 is already 7 seconds up the road, so if we're aiming for a P5, we've got work to do. Going in deep again. We'll take the track limits for that one. I'm being very tentative on the brakes into that double right-hander because I know how easy it is to lock the rears. Someone's knocked the corn over. There's a lock-up because of that uneven surface back there. So if we can just string it all together, we should be able to get somewhere into the high 44s, hopefully, if we can. We just need to really get this double right-hander nailed. But it's such a tricky corner to get right. Someone's found out just now. Well, this is certainly a much better lap.
That time was a 1:44.75.
A couple more of those, and we'll bring ourselves into play nicely. It's just all about building up your confidence with stuff like this. Just let the car come to you, don't try and force it. Is he going to back out and let us go? I don't think he is he? We've got him under pressure though. I mean, this is what we want though. We want some close racing. We don't just want to be on our own for the next 20 minutes. I don't mind trying to work for it if I have to.
Lap 145.24.
Back end just got a little bit loose there. And I suppose that's the other thing, there's always every chance that the traffic actually might help us out. We're definitely quicker, but I don't think we're going to find a way through in this part of the track.
Lap 145.02.
I'm glad you backed out of that because that was a bit sketchy. Going into there too wide, especially with traffic ahead. Someone's lost it on the outside there, that's a GT3. Come on, man. Fortunately, we didn't get any damage from that. There's smoke up ahead. That's P5. So we've inherited P5. Can we get P4? P4, we've all had a slow lap there. Not a very nice part of the track to catch traffic in this. It's just all a bit clumsy, especially when people are fighting for position. my word. That was super sketchy. It's kind of hard being on the other side of the traffic management, I'll be honest. Normally in a GT3, all you have to do is just stick to your line. Be predictable. Accommodate the pass when it happens. Jesus. I know that my face might not say it, but my heart is genuinely in my mouth every single time I pass one of these GT3s, because you just don't know what they're going to do.
Lap 148.53.
You just praying that every time you do it, they're going to stick to their line. I know it seems like the natural instinct to just dart out the way, but that's the worst thing you can do. We have to get out of the throttle a bit there, which is a bit annoying, but we are catching P4, as I've just spat everywhere in excitement apparently. Got the gap down to under 2 seconds, and he's going to catch traffic again. I think this is the thing with multi-class racing, that sometimes the traffic works for you, sometimes it just works against you. Fortunately, we didn't get held up for too long there.
That time was a 145.75.
But we're right on the back of him now. We've got the P3 to navigate next as well. And we're up on our overall best time, which is good because we're still finding time, we're still building confidence. And we seem to have got on top of the double right-hander as well, which is good. Front end is just a little bit reluctant to go into that last corner. We might struggle to get this one done. think he's got a bit of a pace advantage on us. I'll be totally honest though, this is so much more enjoyable than GT3. And I know it sounds like I've got a vendetta against GT3 cars, but honestly, I don't. I really, really like them. But this just requires, again, just a different driving style, a different technique, a different finesse on the brake. I'm just as guilty of doing it as everyone else is, but so often we just gravitate towards GT3s. And it's a shame because we're overlooking some other really fantastic cars to drive. Of course, they have a slightly steeper learning curve. They have a steeper learning curve. It's not slightly steeper, it's vastly steeper. Got a much better last corner.
Lap 144.3.
So we're now lapping quicker than the guy ahead, which is good. He's got a little bit of traffic, which might help us out. Slightly compromise our entry. But it's got us into his slipstream. Yeah, a steeper learning curve, but it's a much more rewarding feeling when you nail the braking zone, when you hook the car up on the exit. It's so much more rewarding than a GT3 car, at least in my opinion, and it's totally my opinion. I try to be conscious about not being too, dare I say, preachy. But every once in a while, it's good to just branch out. Get a little bit out of your comfort zone, try something new. And the thing is as well, when you start to learn a different discipline, it helps you in others. He's gone deep. And he's just immediately swiped across us.
0.43.
He was very generous on the braking zone there. I wonder if he got a bit of a snap coming out the last corner and gave us that position back out of kindness. But that is a P4 with 6 minutes to go, and we're 16 seconds off P3. Now that is a tall order. But sometimes people do just fall off the circuit for no reason. So you never know. But I would be more than happy with a P4 now. We've just got to hold it all together, really.
Lap 145.4.
So we're going to get a little bit unfortunate with traffic here, I think. Fortunately not. I apologise if you can hear my dog barking in the background. My next door neighbour is practically having their house rebuilt at the moment, so whenever there's a noise outside, he's always on high alert. Hopefully, noise cancellation is doing its job. And it looks like there's a very intense battle going on for the lead, which... could they take each other out? You never know. See, this is what I was saying earlier about sometimes the traffic works for you and sometimes it works against you. I don't know what this guy's doing. We've picked up some nice rear end damage from that now, which is absolutely fantastic. I'll be very honest, you know, I'm quite pleased with this. I know we've got to get there yet, but so far, minus that tiny little bit of contact with that BMW, for whatever reason that happened, I don't know. But overall, I think that's a pretty strong result. P4. I'm really pleased with that. Really pleased. What a race. What a race.